Hello, everyone. My name is Diana Tesney, and I am the Director of Religious Education at the First Universalist Society in Franklin. And this is our after worship session for the week of April 18th, 2021. After worship meets on Tuesday evenings from 7 to 8 o'clock, and it is a time for us to gather and pause and reflect on the theme of the prior Sunday's worship service and have a time to just check in and support one another. So I hope you'll consider joining us one of these weeks. Last week's sermon topic was entitled A Green Faith. And I heard such rave reviews about Eric's sermon that I decided I would have to go back into the sermon archives today and watch his sermon because I was away with the children, so I didn't get a chance to watch it, and I was very inspired. I would like to, recommend that anyone who didn't get a chance to watch the sermon last week go back in and watch it. But I'll give you a few little highlights here. Eric was talking about our relationship with the natural world, and that this connection with the natural world unfolds in three sort of movements, he called them. There is the natural world kind of holds up a mirror, our relationships to the world around us, holds up a mirror to help us see ourselves, not only just who we are as sort of individuals, but to recognize that we are not ever individuals floating in space. We are separate from everything else, that who we are is connected to this world around us. So who am I in relationship to the town that I live in and the way that I make my living and the interactions with my wildlife in my neighborhood or the plants and trees in my neighborhood. I'm not just a single being. I'm connected. So we start to see who we are in a more holistic way. The second movement that he spoke about was expanding this relationship. Not only, I am who I am because of these relationships around me. That defines my inner space. When I can see that clearly, I can then reach out into this outer space in a way and really cultivate relationships with the beings around me. Again, not just the people, although people are important, but with all these beings. Eric spoke about our relationships with trees in our environment and how we can learn to see them not as things, not as objects, but as beings, as our brothers and sisters, really. The children and I also spoke about trees in our session last week. And as a matter of fact, we're going to do some tree planting in Franklin tomorrow for Earth Day. So that was nice that aspect of the two programs kind of overlapped this week too. So relationship with self in integrity, really knowing yourself. I'm just going to come back to it, something that I thought that Eric said that was really important. He said, we're coming into integrity with our beliefs, with what we hold as purposeful and true. So being able to really connect deeply with that in an integrated way, and then moving that outward into the outer world in our relationship with nature. And I spoke of this in the Time for All Ages when I said that behind or within or shining inside of this nature around us is invisible nature, is the light that we cannot see, is what some people call spirit or the numinous or the sacred, that we can then have a connection to. It's not something other than, it's not something separate from nature, what we can see and experience in the world. It's something that is present and around us always. And by reaching out with integrity from who we truly are, we can connect with that energy, that being that is really a part of all that is and is also a part of all that we are as well. So, and that these things don't need to happen in like these grand ways. It's not like you have to go to a special retreat or to have move through this kind of process of developing a relationship with the sacred in the world or yourself, the sacred in yourself. It's something that happens day by day in little miracles. So Jen Perella, when she lit our chalice at the worship service last week, gave a wonderful reflection on how miracles are all around us. We tend to think that these experiences of the numinous or the awesome or the great luminous ground of all creation is something that happens in like these special moments, but it really is accessible to us and present always, and present in the little miracles that surround us every day. We're surrounded by little miracles right now. All of the trees in my neighborhood are blooming. I was driving to work today and I saw it was like popcorn balls, like beautiful white trees blooming everywhere. The beautiful forsythias blooming. And at this time of year when the earth is particularly beautiful, it's like that beauty that shines in all of nature is really sort of shouting at us to notice it. But it's there all the time. It's there in winter as well. It's always, always there. Like in that song, always, always something sings, right? So I'm going to read the poem that Jen read for the chalice lighting again, because I loved it. And I'm going to bring it to my RE committee meeting this evening, because it really said something to me about how we honor things that grow, how we honor our children and our young people coming up in our congregation. So I think there's something here in this poem for the Religious Education Committee to chew on, and hopefully it's something that is inspiring to you as well. And I want to thank Jen for bringing it to me, because it was great. So it's by a lady named Jennifer McLaughlin, and it's called Like the First Hint of Green. As the first hint of green begins to peep through the barren ground, and as the little sprig grows into a healthy stem, as that stem grows into a stalk and forms a bud, and as that bud slowly opens with each new day and forms a yellow daffodil, let us be like that first hint of green, renewed by the warmth of the sun's rays and ready to emerge with a new energy, ready to face the day. So happy Earth Day to you all, and enjoy the beauty of the visible and the invisible light that surrounds all of us in the world. So may it be.